thank you for choosing Young Harris Watersports for your watercraft rental. Hopefully by now you've signed the waiver and watched the mandatory safety video found via the waiver link in your confirmation email. We have also included a link to Georgia jet skiing and boating laws in that email. If you don't have it, please let us know and we'll make sure you get it. Your fun and safety are the most important thing for us. The following watercraft video orientation was created with that in mind. The video will cover safety, departure, operation of your watercraft, docking, and returning your rental. Prior to your departure, your rental associate will review the lake with you. If you have any questions regarding your rental or anything contained in this video, please do not hesitate to call us or ask one of our friendly rental associates at the time of your rental. Once again, thank you for your business, and we look forward to seeing you on the water.
Rental Day is a fun and exciting time for all. It's our goal to make the entire rental experience as seamless and fun as possible. We ask that you arrive at least 20 minutes prior to your rental start time in order to be fitted for life vests, complete inspection of the craft, load your items onto the boat, and complete any other paperwork not completed prior to arrival. Your rental starts at the time you reserved and will not be extended due to late check-in. If you are leaving the boat unattended or parked overnight at a dock, please make sure to do the following. Make sure the boat is tied up properly, ensuring it will not be damaged by the dock when left unattended. Make sure you remove the safety lanyard and keys and take them with you. Also, make sure all switches are in the off position and turn the Perco switch to off. This will avoid draining the battery. Prior to returning the boat to Young Harris Watersports, please make sure you have accounted for all equipment provided with your rental, such as life vests, tie-downs, fenders, and water sports equipment. You are responsible for your own gas, so if you rented from one of our on-site locations, return the boat to our fuel dock, as pointed out by our rental associate prior to rental. Once returned, please stay until our rental associate has fueled the boat, inspected the boat, and accounted for all equipment. If your rental is from our delivery service, you can either fill up the boat prior to returning to the boat launch, or your delivery driver can fuel the boat for you, and a minimal fuel convenience fee will be added. You are responsible for all associated charges. The throttle control on a boat is like the combination of the gas pedal and gear shift in a car. It is used to shift the boat into neutral, forward, or reverse, as well as used to adjust speed. It is always important to make sure your surroundings are clear and everyone is on the boat prior to engaging the throttle. Neutral is between forward and reverse and can usually be found by adjusting the throttle until it locks. Your boat will not start until it is in neutral. To shift the boat into reverse, slowly pull the throttle backwards or towards you. Some boats require pushing a button to shift. To shift the boat into forward, slowly shift the throttle forwards or away from you. The further you push the throttle, the faster you will go. The faster the boat is going in reverse or forward, the more responsive it will be to your turns. This is important to remember when avoiding objects in the water. The first thing you will do when operating the boat is leaving the dock. Our rental associates will gladly assist you with this when departing our dock. Let's review the best practices on how to depart from a dock. First, make sure everyone is seated. Then start your engine. Once the engine is started, you can then untie your dock lines and secure them. Before reversing, always check that you are clear of swimmers and debris and slowly shift the throttle into reverse. Once you cleared the dock, keeping the boat in reverse, turn the boat until it is 90 degrees with the dock. Finally, shift the throttle past neutral into forward gear and begin your trip at idle speed until you are at least 100 feet from the dock and have cleared all no-wake buoys. Docking the boat is easy, but can get a little tricky with the wind. As always, it's imperative that everyone is seated during the docking process. Once you are within 100 feet of the dock, remember to approach at idle speed. First, ensure that both fenders are out and secured to the dock side of the boat. If the wind is blowing, keep in mind that you might need to approach the dock at a slight angle. Once in position against the dock, turn the motor off and tie up the boat. Make sure you tie up the boat in such a way that the fenders protect it from rubbing on the dock. Leaving a little slack in the dock lines compensates for the boat's curves. If you are docking on a fixed, i.e. not floating, dock, Make sure you leave a little slack in the dock lines to compensate should the lake level change. We will now review the operation of the boat. Occasionally, the switches, gauges, and other operational equipment will vary by boat. Ask your dockhand if you have any questions as to the location of the equipment on your boat. The depth finder is to be used as a guide to measure the depth of water in feet. It only accounts for depth at the rear of the boat where the depth finder is located. To prevent damage, avoid operating at more than idle speed in less than 10 feet of water. Operating the boat in the middle of the water channel is usually safer. The depth finder is only to be used as a guide and may not account for submerged objects such as rocks or tree stumps. So to avoid injury, please do not jump or dive from the boat. The tachometer measures the RPMs of the motor. Outboard motors should not be operated over 6,000 RPMs. Inboards or wake boats should not be operated over 5,000 RPMs. The speedometer works just like a car, measuring your speed in miles per hour. Your boat comes with a full tank of gas. We recommend never operating on less than a third tank of gas, keeping in mind that the motion of the water can cause a fluctuation in your gas gauge. If you are unsure of your fuel level, make sure you refuel every 4 hours you are operating the boat. Your boat is equipped with a safety device called a kill switch. If the driver is ever dislodged from their seat, the kill switch is designed to stop the boat's motor. You will be given a safety lanyard prior to departure that can be attached to the driver. Your lanyard will have a plastic loop that will engage the kill switch on your boat. The kill switch must be in the run position for the boat to start. To start the boat, simply turn the key and hold in the on position until the motor turns over. Again, it will not start unless the switch is engaged and the throttle is in neutral. Georgia law requires each boat have a functioning horn. Your horn is activated either by push button or switch. In the case that the horn is malfunctioning, you will be provided with an air horn that is activated by pressing down on the top. In this case, the air horn must be kept near the driver where they can grab it quickly. This is the switch to turn on the navigation lights when boating at dusk. This is the switch to turn on the bilge manually. All of our boats are equipped with auto bilges as well. Because this is an inboard boat, the blower must be turned on for 3 minutes prior to starting the engine, while the engine is at idle speeds and while fueling the vessel. The blower can be turned off once the boat is on a plane driving down the lake or when the engine is not running. Your boat comes with cruise control settings, helping when towing a wakeboarder or wake surfer. If your boat has a touchscreen, select the vessel control on the left side of the screen, followed by cruise control at the top of the list that will appear. You are now able to set your speed. Be sure that you select the green Enable button, which activates the cruise control. To disable, press the yellow Disable button. If your boat has a digital cruise control, start by pressing the On/Off button on the right so that your screen shows the word On. You can then set your speed using the up and down arrows. If you are ever driving your boat and it isn't increasing in speed, make sure you have not left your cruise control on. Filling the ballast tanks helps to create a larger wake for water sports. To fill your tanks, use the switches found on your dash. When the tanks are full, water will start to pour out the overflows on the sides of the boat. To empty, flip the same switches down and wait until you see bubbles coming from below the boat. Then your tanks are empty. This should be done when sitting stationary in the water. Your boat comes with 2 tow points, one on top of the tower and one located on the back of the boat above the swim platform. You will also be provided with a wake shaper or wedge. To use, simply place the wedge on the opposite side from the surfer about 3 inches below the water level. Be sure to activate both suction cups on the wedge. Check out the other various links in your confirmation email for more tips on wakeboarding and surfing with your boat. To operate the radio, start by turning the stereo switch on. This radio will automatically start searching for the Bluetooth device. Select the radio on your phone or device, and your music should start playing automatically. To toggle between different sources, use the source button on the lower left and the knob in the middle to scroll and select different sources. Safety is always our #1 priority. Most boating and jet ski accidents can be prevented by following basic boating rules. Please make yourself familiar with all Georgia boating laws, which can be found through a link on your confirmation email. In addition to this orientation video, you must watch the DNR Georgia boat rental video as well. This can be found in the waiver link on your confirmation email. The waiver must be thoroughly reviewed and signed by the leasee prior to rental. You will also find other helpful links specific to your craft in your confirmation email as well. Georgia DNR requires each craft to be equipped with certain items for your safety and to be legal for the water. Young Harris Water Sports will provide you with most of these items. Our rental associates are there to serve you and will inform you of the location of these items prior to departure. In most boats, Type 2 safety vests, which are required by law, will be found underneath the seats or in the back hatch, along with a paddle, an anchor, fenders, and tie-downs, which we provide for your convenience. A fire extinguisher, also required by law, can be found either mounted next to the driver's seat or in the compartment underneath the console. Boat registration, also required by law, can be found in the keychain float. If any of these items were to break during your rental, please call Young Harris Water Sports for a replacement. There are a couple of mandatory items you are responsible for and must always have with you on the boat at all times. They are a valid driver's license for the vessel captain and a fully charged mobile phone in case of emergency. Let's review a couple of the rules unique to Young Harris Water Sports and some of the more important ones found in the boat safety rental video. 1. Boats are to only be captained by participants who are of rental age, have viewed our safety orientation, and have signed the waiver. 2. The boat is yours to have fun with during your rental time. However, Young Harris Water Sports strictly prohibits boating during dusk or dark. 3. The boat is to be used for its intended purposes only. Do not use the boat to tow objects or other watercraft, as this may lead to accidents and/or breakdown. 4. Always begin your rental by driving very slowly until you become familiar with the boat's operation and feel. This will help to avoid future issues. 5. Make sure your doors are closed and everyone is seated while navigating your boat. 6. Riding on top of gunwale or backrests is strictly prohibited and illegal. 7. Ensure your boat is turned off for at least 10 seconds before anyone gets on or off the boat. 8. While under navigation, stay 100 feet from dock, shoreline, or any other watercraft. It's the law. 9. Always maintain a proper balance when operating your boat. Do not overload the front or back of the craft or one side, as this could risk flooding or impair the proper operation of the boat. Make sure the weight of your passengers is equally distributed. It's better to have a little too much weight towards the stern than the bow, allowing your propeller to function properly. 10. When towing water sports behind your boat, it is law that you have a spotter, or one person designated to watching the person being towed on your boat. This is in addition to the driver. 11. If at any time you are unsure of anything, call your local Young Harris Water Sports location. 12. Be sure you secure all items, including ropes, to avoid getting lost or caught up in the propeller. 13. All minors under the age of 14 or anyone being towed on water sports equipment behind the boat are always required to wear a life jacket. Please inform your dockhand when this applies, and they will provide you with the necessary Type 3 life jacket. Drivers who are caught in violation of these laws will be pulled over, ticketed, and fined. Type 2 life jackets are furnished on boats for every other passenger.
I would like to thank you for allowing Young Harris Water Sports to participate in making memories your family and friends will share for a lifetime. Our entire staff is here to assist you in whatever way we can, making your rental experience safe and world-class. Fun is right around the corner and on the water. From all of us at Young Harris Water Sports, thank you. We will see you at the dock.